Hello everyone, my name is Mark and I am a bisexual fluid man. I am lucky enough to have had lots of physical intimacy with different people of different types, and so I'm going to give you my opinion of how it feels in kind of both or all camps. So the first thing to say is that sex is wonderful. I'm very lucky to be bisexual because I get to enjoy intimacy with lots of different people, and that is just a blessing. There are some general kind of differences between kind of sex with men or sex with women. Obviously, this is a lot of generalizations, so disclaimer there, but I'm just kind of talking about it because it helps to talk about it. So the first thing to say is that gay sex and straight sex doesn't exist. Okay, I am a human being and I have physical and emotional connections with other human beings. That's how I see my bisexuality. I don't see it as gay sex or straight sex because I'm not gay and I'm not straight. So that's the first thing to say. The second thing to say is that I appreciate sex or physical intimacy with men and women, not in terms of anything specifically separate about it. You know, I don't think they're two separate things. They're both just connections, but there are kind of two things that separate them a little bit in my mind. So the first one is the physical body. I love to be with someone whose body is bigger than mine. Right? I'm quite a tall guy, I'm quite a big guy, so I love that feeling of being with someone who is like more close to my height, someone who has like a harder body. You know, often the masculine body is harder, it's firmer, and so you feel that in like the muscles and just the broadness. You know, I quite like kind of bigger guys because I'm quite naturally slim, so there's something in that which I absolutely love, and it kind of brings out the softer parts of my body as well, which is kind of fun. If I'm with a woman, of course, it tends to be the harder parts of my body which are in the fore. Yeah, and I absolutely love feeling that soft body, that soft skin, that delicate skin next to mine, which comparatively is firmer. Okay, there's this kind of delicateness which it just feels really exciting. Okay, when I'm with a guy, oftentimes it's me who feels a little more delicate, which is a fun thing to kind of flip between. The other complexity of it, though, is that, let's say with men, you have top and bottom, yeah? So you have versatility. And so I can be with a guy who's kind of bigger than me, but I can also be with a guy who's smaller than me, whose body is softer than mine, whose body is more petite than mine. And when I'm in that situation, most of the time, I really like to be like the top, right? So within gay sex, I hate calling it that because it's not, but sex with men, there are these two kind of modes that you can be in, which for me feel really, really different. I know a lot of guys are like completely verse, but for me, they feel really, really different. When it comes to women, though, the funny thing is that we often don't realize that you can be top or bottom with a woman as well. It seems to be this kind of men thing, but actually I love having that dynamic with women as well. I'm really attracted to older women, more dominant women, you know, kind of power play, you know, stuff like that. That really excites me. As well as a kind of softer, sweeter, less dominant form of femininity. So I can actually experience being more dom or being more sub with both men or with women. And I actually love my bisexuality for giving me the opportunity to express all of those parts of me so that I can enjoy them with someone of any gender. One of the particular aspects of having intimacy with a guy that I particularly like is that, and I know this is a generalization, but oftentimes in my personal experience, it feels a bit easier. There's a kind of knowing, and I know from a lot of queer women that they report this as well when they're with women. It's like there's a knowing, so you kind of understand each other's body a little bit more. If I'm with a woman or somebody with a feminine body, you don't necessarily know exactly how it works because you don't have that body, right? And so when I'm with a guy, it's like we know what each other wants a little bit better, and it's a little bit more kind of instinctual that way. And so that can lead to quite a fun, free, open experience. And the thing that I would say on the other hand though is that with women, and again, huge generalization, but with women there's a magic about it. There is an excitement about it. It's like this is something, I mean, the way that somebody with a cisgender feminine body, the way that they experience orgasm, the way that they experience pleasure, the way that their body is sensitive in this kind of way that I don't experience is so exciting. And it's so exciting to explore that person's body and to explore the ways in which they can feel pleasure, and also to feel like you yourself are giving them that pleasure. You know, that's really exciting, and it's almost like this kind of mystery, it's this adventure, it's this journey, it's like this discovery, and that is so cool. I just love it. So it kind of both ways. Now, I used to attach a lot of different like expectations of myself depending on whether I was with a woman or a man. And I think a lot of people feel this, you know, let's say I'm a man, I'm with a woman, you feel like you need to be the top, you feel like you need to be dominant, you feel like you need to be taking the lead, you feel like you need to present as masculine, and maybe those more feminine or sensitive traits kind of don't get a place to be expressed. And that used to kind of constrict me when it came to having physical intimacy with women. And then with men, there was a lot of shame, there was a lot of repression, and so on. There was also a lot of kind of like fantasy, whereby I had imagined what it would be for a long time, and then it would happen and it would be very intense, but then there'd be like a drop where the reality didn't match up with the fantasy. So there was just a lot of bias and toxicity and expectation and norms and weird repressed stuff going on with both, which kind of colored my enjoyment of both of them in different ways. Now I am so pleased to say that I have got rid of a lot of that, and I now just exist in myself. And I think to myself, okay, I've got this amazing body, right, which happens to be on the masculine side of the spectrum. My body can do XYZ things. My body can give pleasure. My body can receive pleasure. Yeah. My body is amazing and can make somebody feel good. And I also have a spirit. Yeah, I have a personality, I have an energy, right? And I don't define that energy as masculine or feminine, it's just me. Okay, so this spirit lives within my body, And I love my spirit. I love my authentic energy and who I am. And I know as well that that energy can connect and make somebody else feel good. So I feel really, really aligned in my authentic energy. And I feel really, really loving of my own body and what both of them can do when they are aligned together, and just sensing and feeling and experiencing and connecting is phenomenal. And so what I find when I'm in that state is that I actually attract the right people and the right experiences all of the time. I think when we're repressing parts of ourselves, we don't get the opportunity to meet the people who are able to see and appreciate those parts of ourselves, because we're keeping them hidden. But when we express our full selves, when we live in our full selves, when we're brave enough, because it is scary, to live in our authentic, natural balance, letting our energy show, letting our personality show, letting our bodies be the way they are and our personality be the way they are, the right people will see that and connect with that. And so any connection that I have now is much more fulfilling. So I love connection with people of any gender. How about you? What thoughts do you have? Do you connect with anything that I said? Do you have different experiences? Tell me your thoughts. Are you struggling with any of this? If you are, then you're not alone. We have links below which can get you to the right support. We've got one-on-one coaching. We've got a Patreon group that you can join. You can come and speak to me every day. You can come and connect with other people of different identities and orientations and genders. So please don't struggle with any of this alone. And if you would like to know what I kind of feel in a bit more detail about men and women, then check out this video coming up right here. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much. Please subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.